what's the point if I do all this work and no one else does it? What's the point, guys? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is it that I'm trying to better myself? I've been doing that little shadow work as well. What emotions did my family invalidate and why? And I've been writing. And I'm thinking, why am I doing this? Why am I digging out a really hurtful memory? And bear in mind, up to this point, up to very recently, I thought I had a normal childhood. Funny, I didn't. And now it's just I'm digging all that. I'm just trying to see, like, basically, I'm doing all this work because I want to excuse them. I don't feel like I was, see, I was gonna say I don't feel like I was wronged in any way, but boy, was I. And just by the lack of love, affection, support, and I tried. My gosh, I tried. I keep trying. I don't know for how long, because now I'm doing all this. I can. It's just like like a twist, a plot twist. Like you've been seeing someone as the good guy in a movie, and all of a sudden they turn out to be the bad guy. You know what I mean? And it just, I don't know. I'm doing all that with my parents that then they were never there, and I just remember stuff. It's just so weird. I remember stuff, and one of the main emotions that I'm feeling, I'm getting from my past is embarrassment. I remember being embarrassed about them. I was not proud of my parents. They were never there. My dad was never there. My mom was just the main caregiver. She was always there. And this is what I'm trying to see an excuse to excuse her, because that's that was her entire life. She married that guy who didn't love her and she didn't love. They had 3 kids. She was at home, like she didn't have a job, like she was basically a housewife. That was her thing. Bringing up 3 kids with my dad working, basically. And we never see him and he was there, but he was never there. Like, as in, he was never, like, he wouldn't talk to us. Um, and I'm trying to excuse it. That's horrible. Can you imagine if someone said, "This is the house you're gonna stay for your entire life until your last days with a man that you don't love and he doesn't love you, and have these kids that he gave you, and you have to look after them and him." This is horrific. I'm sorry. And this is what I'm telling to myself and trying to understand that woman. What a heavy burden. So however she is, I totally understand. But it's 2025 and people still do that, and the kids pay the price. And look around. It's just people that never had any support from the people that they should have given them the support. And I tried, like, because as we grow, I think naively that we change. Like, we see things, we get educated, we get informed, we see other people. I'm doing all this work. I've seen the world. I've seen other people. I know myself. I think I know myself enough to know that I'm a kind person. I'm a good person. I want I really want them to be happy. They will never be happy. They've never been happy. One thing that I can guarantee to you is just both of them, they've never been happy. And I just tried because, as I said, as we grow older, we should understand. We're not kids. We're not 20 anymore. Like when I was 20, I didn't care. I was just trying to survive. I left home when I was 21. I was just trying to survive. I had other things to worry about. They never said, "Do you need anything? Call me." Or whatever. If something happens, don't worry. You can come back here. And it just never, nothing like that. And I I'm not the same person. I think I'm a thousand times better than when I was 20 and 30. And they're the same. How do you explain this? How are the same people? They're in their 70s and they're the same people. And the same goes for my brother and sister. They're the same. There is no, there is just constantly, I find a wall. I find a wall with them. And my only the only reasoning I can find is because I left, I removed myself, although I was always like that, even when I was a teenager, in living with them, seeing them every day, remembering I was embarrassed looking at my parents. So anyway, I removed myself. My brother and sister stayed. Literally, my sister lives 5 minutes away from the house we grew up. She has to deal with my parents all the time. She's literally another version of my mother. Angry, like she reminds me of my mother a lot. Like the things it does and the things it says. And she hasn't progressed, like evolved. Like just to, and maybe maybe it's easy for me because I don't have to deal with them. I removed myself. I see them like once a year, and if that. But I have fully excused my mother. I'm so aware of the the I'm gonna call it the horrificness of being in that jail all your life. Nothing else happened in her life. And my dad as well. For my dad, I don't even mention my dad because I don't know him. Literally, I don't know the man. I don't know him. And now when I go there, I'm just trying to make conversations. Tell me about your childhood. My mom loves talking about herself, like talking about her past. Is this she's stuck in her past basically. She never looks forward, like in the future. Like she's always of the past, and I should have done that. She's full of regret. All I get from her is regret. And because I don't know, because she literally regretted. She lives in regret. She never gave us any love. They come from loveless families, and they produced a loveless family, and they never ever ever gave us any love. They never put their arm around us to just say, "You okay?" Even when it's my fault, put your arm around me. Even when it was not my fault, they made it out that it was my fault. It was always my fault. They would blame me for everything. So yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this work. And I'm just trying, that some questions are really hard. They're really hard. I'm just trying to get to know me a little bit better. I don't know, because I think it's just a lost case. Even if my mother put her, sometimes I'm thinking, I made that joke as well with my brother and sister. I would think, because they complain as well, that my mom is always complaining. It's just regrets. Like, that she doesn't talk about anything else apart from complaining and who died in the neighborhood, basically, like funerals and stuff like that, and who got married. That's all she talks about. And I as a joke, I said, if And if my mom ever is, if she's not, if she's never like that, if she stops talking about these things, like regrets and things that don't matter, and somehow one day she turns around and be like, how are you guys, how are you, how are my kids, I'm so proud of my kids, I love you guys, and put her arm around us, I would think she's having a stroke. Like, we complain about that woman, that she hasn't given us love, but if that ever happens, I honestly would think something is going, like something is wrong. Like, that's her automatic uh mode. So yeah, that's my question. What do you guys think? What's the point? Why are we doing all this work when they don't? It's just like pushing forward and someone is pushing backwards. Like, why am I, you know? What is the point? Anyway, I'll see. I think I'm gonna go and see them in about 5 weeks because I can't cancel the ticket, and it annoys me that I don't. I can't cancel it and I can't change it without paying a lot of money to change the ticket. So I'm gonna go and let's see. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for commenting and have an amazing day.